Hello, welcome to Dog Hugs. Hello, Spider.
Hi, guys.
You know,
Hi. He's actually memorized the theme song now. So when he hears the theme song go off, he starts barking. So we figured out what his triggers are. Now we can work with this trigger.
He's like, treats are on the way.
I was editing a project that included the theme song that we're going to show later this week. And every time that came on, boom, he was up in position and barking.
We love that associative behavior, right?
Yeah.
Especially when it's not exactly what, well, we'll get into that later.
We're going to get Spider started on this con. Hey, Spider, give it a rest, buddy, okay? Wait right there. Right there. You host the show. I'll be right back.
Spider absolutely loves his stuffed Chew, his stuffed Kong toy, because he really, yep, there it is. It's full of yum. And it actually helps him mentally. It challenges him mentally, which dogs need a mental and a physical challenge every day, regardless of their age.
Wait.
So, and so do kids. And actually, so do people. So, you know, this is a really great way to challenge him. And we present great challenges for him to take on. Which Robbie has actually put herself in a challenging position right now with the new puppy.
Who needs it?
Robbie, what's going on in your life?
I have a new puppy. Would you like me to show him to you?
Gee,
We can't stand it anymore.
Ask.
This is baby Archie. He's a toy poodle. Let's get him in there. He is really all fur. He's got like the tiniest little body, and he's just, look how poofy.
Yeah, he's big on the poofy.
So
and I just want to squeeze him.
I do. He's 8 weeks old, and let me tell you, him and Hazel are having the best time together.
Oh, we've got to share some video of that later that week.
You know what? I will grab some video because they play with the toys together. They're sleeping in the bed together. They race around. Archie will grab Hazel's tail and she'll drag him along the floor. So, yes, I'm really surprised and just how well that they have learned to get along together. Although Archie will steal Hazel's food if I forget to separate them and put them in a different room. And Hazel is so mild-mannered that she will just sit there and watch him eat it.
Oh, that sounds like my dogs. They one lets the other one eat its food. I don't know what's up.
What does Murray the Labradoodle think about all this, Robbie?
You know, Murray, for being a 4-year-old dog, honestly seems like the grumpiest old man. He'll leave the room, his ears and tail are down. All he's doing is growling at the puppy. He just seems so much older than 4 for as intolerant of change as he is.
Intolerant of change. Is he acting out, or is he acting out at all, Murray?
Growling a lot.
Growling a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
but at least Murray can get on furniture and the puppy's too short.
Geraldine, what wisdom do you have for us there?
Well, first of all, give them time. I think it's letting them meet each other is great, but now give them time apart every day, quite a bit of time, just to let the puppy get his puppiness out. Oh. And then when he's a little bit more tired, then let them be around each other. When they're both a little more tired, that way the puppy's now, woo, woo, look at me. Hey, let's play. Let me bite you. Hey, let's do this. Let's do the rumba. Like, no. And Murray says, grumpy old man, go away, puppy. So instead of putting them in that position, I would only let them have, 15 or 20 minutes together a couple times a day after they're both tired. And then you can gradually work it up to more later.
Yeah, we've been keeping them separate because Murray wasn't happy when Hazel came home. And, puppies, they want to play with everyone. So we kept Murray and Hazel separated, and now they will actually play together. Yeah. So I'm assuming Murray will get there. But right now, with him and Hazel being, right around the same size, although he is so tiny, he makes Hazel look like a giant. And I'll get videos, but yeah, I mean, they just play and ram around. And, puppies, once they're done, they are out, and you can't even wake them up.
They're liquid. Well, Robbie's going to make some time with me so that we can help train Hazel and cute little Archie and cute little Hazel together. This is a really great time to use some dog mirroring and structuring their schedule to help make this whole process almost flawless for Robbie, so she's not stressed out. So she's going to be etching a little time every week out of her schedule and spending about 30 minutes with me a week on that. And the results we will share with you, and they'll be remarkable. And I don't mean markable like marking on your couch. I mean remarkable like an accident.
He's pretty good with going to the bathroom outside. You know, one of the first things I would like to learn is, you know, when I put the food down, it's a free-for-all. I've been trying to get him, you know, I don't know if he's too young right now, but get him to sit and then me put the dish down without him lunging like he's never seen food before. So that's one thing I really want to work on because I don't like the lunging at the dish.
Yes, I will definitely help you with that immediately. So be on the books for tomorrow for a process for that right away.
Oh, perfect. Because that's crazy. Like not hurt your hand.
Yeah, they'll hurt you. Not good.
Well, welcome to the show, Archie.
Bye, Archie.
Welcome, Archie. What a sweetheart. Pretty nifty, huh?
Yes, we sure do have a special. Oh, wait a minute. We've got a nice comment. Hello, Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
Hey, did you know that Archie has a new nickname?
Rough.
Hey,
Love it.
That's really great.
It's better than high-pitched Barker.
Hashtag truth.
Carolyn, tell us about today's guest.
So speaking of unique, because sweet little Archie is so unique, as is Hazel, and actually all dogs are so unique. We have a very unique guest. She worked her way from customer of this amazing store in North Carolina up to the general manager. Can you imagine one day walking in as a customer, then one day walking in and accepting a job, and then now she's helped grow it to 2-store chain. Her name is ALISON SCHWARTZ. She's been there, I believe. She'll fix the numbers for me because I'll always mess up the numbers because, you know, I'm not really a numbers girl when it comes to how long you've been there, how long you've been doing something, or your age. Y'all know
That's why we love you, Geraldine.
I have no shame in my game. But this company's been around for 28 years. So she landed on a gem, and they landed on her, they landed her as a gem of an employee, is what I'm trying to say. And not only that, she has a really great dachshund rescue. So I have a joke for y'all. I know I've said it before, but it's a dachshund joke, so I have to say it again.
I haven't heard it.
So why did the cowboy get a dachshund?
Why did the cowboy get a dachshund, Geraldine?
Someone told him to get along, little doggy. Anyway, welcome to the show.
Here we
ALISON SCHWARTZ.
Bravo.
Who's going to tell us so much?
Hey.
Welcome. And tell us who you are holding in your arms, this sweet little.
So this is since we're talking about new puppies, this is my new puppy.
Oh my goodness.
Aurora. Or we call her Rory, but it's Aurora Rose. She is named after Sleeping Beauty. We are a Disney fanatic family. And so her older sister, Merida, whom I'll share here shortly, was named after the Brave movie. And we also have a Tinkerbell at home and a Minnie Mouse. So she came to live with us just a couple of weeks ago. I rescued her and her entire family from a local shelter. And when I saw her, I could not have her.
Yeah.
Garch, do you need a goofy yet?
She's just heaven.
Yeah.
Absolute heaven. And so she's at the store with you every day.
Yes. So Merida comes to the store every day and I've had Merida now for 5 years, and she comes every day, sits at my feet. We use her for a lot of advertising. She poses in most of our print ads and has been in all of our commercials and is just in general a great spokesperson for the store. And I loved that she was in So the Spotlight, but wanted her to be able to share the spotlight with someone, mostly because she loves puppies. And she's never gotten to have a litter of her own because, of course, I do rescue, and she was spayed as soon as I got her. And so enter stage left from Rory in hopes that we would raise her to be our other media spokesperson for the store.
Love that. Now, one of the things that I've read a lot of reviews about your store. The store is called All Pets Considered, and I've read a lot of reviews, and one thing I love is how everyone says how when they walk into the store, it feels like they're walking into to speak with their family members, people they trust, friends. They feel that not only is your selection great, but just the atmosphere you create is so great. So I'm going to assume that some of that was sparked. Either they already had it when you were a customer there, or you brought a lot of that, more of that to the table. So could you speak a little bit about just your experience in some of that direction?
I would say this store has always hosted that kind of feeling, even before I came along, because of course I was a loyal customer prior to coming on board as an employee. But of course that has continued to grow as the store has grown. And so I do all of the hiring and all of the onboarding for our staff. And one of our biggest things is we call ourselves the All Pets Considered family. And so I think what becomes that family atmosphere starts at the level where we treat each other like family, you know, with the respect of speaking to each other. If we're upset with each other, going straight to each other and having conversation and those kind of things. So on that level, as employer and employee, we try to treat each other as a family. But then that, of course, extends to our customer base. And then, you know, in my mind, there's nobody that I trust more with my animals than my close friends and family. And I want people to feel like when they walk in the door here, that's who they're entrusting the life of their pet with, is close friends and family. And I often have customers who'll walk in the door and say, well, point me to a really good food. And I'll say, you can't go wrong in here, because we make decisions on what we bring into the store based upon what we would feel comfortable feeding our own pet. And certainly there's good, better, best based upon what someone can afford or is interested in feeding. But there's never anything unsafe in our store.
Go ahead, Larry.
I was going to say, here's a TV commercial with Merida. I was able to find this online.
Yeah.
Let's bring that on.
Nice.
Merida, is your mom busy again today? Next time, you should tell her about our delivery service. That way, you don't have to get dressed up to come down here. Here, let me carry this out to the car for you.
If your pet can't drive, we deliver. All Pets Considered, locally owned and operated for 25 years.
Ah, superstar there.
Superstar. I love it. That's fantastic.
I love how dressed up she got.
So tell us a little bit about how your store adapted during COVID, because obviously, you know, I'm in a lot of pet stores, as you know, or used to be pre-COVID and now post-COVID as we're starting to slowly get back out. Do tell how you adapted through a lot of that change.
It wasn't easy at first. And there are some days that I wonder, like, when we're ever going to find our, you know, consistency, our constant. Right before COVID, we had made some really good decisions to go with putting on our website a capability to order online. And in November of last year, we had purchased a delivery vehicle, which we affectionately call our Swaggin' Wagon. And it is bright pink and has Merida's picture on the side of it and is very noticeable no matter where it goes. And so we purchased that in November and had just finished getting it wrapped in January and went with our online ordering capability at the beginning of March. And so we luckily were able to seamlessly go into online ordering once COVID hit. And we were very lucky we had that to save our grits around here, because so many people switch to online ordering for everything. So we do offer curbside pickup, but then we also have our local delivery option available. So we because we have 2 locations, we deliver within 10 miles from each location. So we cover most of our county with delivery radius.
Wow.
So
that's
that
wonderful.
One major way for us. The other way that we really adapted was to start to do more Facebook Live virtual events and to start to be more present online. Not that we weren't already on social media. We had a very big social media following already, but we started doing game shows. So as you see right here, I have my little game show wheel that I frequently take with me on our lives, and we give away free product. We also started doing things like paw print kits for Mother's Day and some other fun ways that we could partner together with other local small businesses and do something animal themed, but also benefit our local community in some regard. So our paw print artwork, $5 from the sale of each one of those kits went to a local fund that helped displaced workers from COVID. Servers and artists. And so we raised almost $2,000 for those funds.
Bravo. Here's your wonderful website and the pink van with all the dogs. And it looks like, where am I seeing Merida in there?
Well, she's on the other side. You can't on that side. No, she is on the other side.
That's really wonderful.
It catches my eye, that's for sure.
That's right. Do you get conked at around town yet?
Yeah, I actually have friends who'll call me and say, I just passed the pink van.
I love that.
It definitely is getting seen, and it is literally flying all around Guilford County. Every single afternoon, we are doing same-day local deliveries.
I love that. That's wonderful. And if you live in the area, please do stop by and visit them or patronize their stores. I just believe that when you have such a great foundation within the infrastructure that runs your store, you can't go anywhere but up. You will only help solve so many problems and issues just because you're all united and you're educating and you're positive moving forward. So kudos to you for such a great store, such a great team, stores, such great teams, and for helping pets in the way that you do, because we think that's super. And retail right now is everyone's having a challenge. So it's really great when, and I know there are many organizations where they work together, but you guys really have done a great job, really a great stand-up job of taking care of your customers. And so unless anyone else has any other retail questions, I have a really great question for her.
Well, I do have one quick retail question. You started this doggy bath.
Oh, yes.
And let me see if I can.
So some funny stories about this. This is in our second location. This is our self-dog wash. And it has 4 bays in it. And it's all custom built. So each tub has a different height variance in it. And then we have one that's low down to the ground for really big dogs.
Yes.
And very easy to wash, a Saint Bernard or a Great Dane in the lower to the ground wash. And of course, we provide everything but the dirty dog. And if you see, there are some little detailed tiles above each tub.
I am noticing that. In fact, I'm noticing the tile, just all the tile work all around. This is a really first-class tub here.
Well, the tiles that are painted, they actually are our logo icons.
Ah,
and
that's neat.
I hand painted those one day at a local pottery place. Got the idea and am friends with, and she's actually a customer here, the owner of this pottery store. So I went over. It was actually on a Memorial Day, and I painted and painted and painted. I thought that project would never end. I kind of questioned my choices there in the middle of it, but we love how they turned out, and they've been such a nice touch to that bath area.
We all question choices at some point in our life, so we think to ourselves, that'll be an easy project. And then, 2 weeks later, we're like, what have we done? Or, whatever. But they're beautiful. And I'm so glad that you hung in there. And I'm a huge fan of patronizing stores that have a dog wash because, first of all, I love giving my dog a bath, but I don't always love doing it at my house. And I'm not always a big fan of taking them to the groomer. I don't always want them gone that long. Sorry, sometimes I don't want them gone that long. So I love taking them to a store and hang out at the store, have a little fun, scrub them up, buy a few things, and take them home. It's a really great field trip. Love taking pets on field trips. They're a lot of fun. So I think that the service you offer is so much farther beyond what any other normal pet store offers. I think it's just it's unique and it's amazing. And I cannot wait to visit. Gosh, now I'm itching to get to North Carolina. I will be there.
Geraldine, sound like you had another topic that you wanted.
So yes. So why dachshund? I'm just
Actually, a timely question that has to do with Rory. Many moons ago, my sister, I've always rescued animals one time I had a rabbit hop up in my lap in my backyard that somebody had set free. And of course I go in begging my parents to keep it. And I was always the one responsible for animals in our home. And I had rescued a cat that I had given to my sister, and he had passed away suddenly. He had an aneurysm and passed away suddenly on her, and she loved him to pieces. He was all of her company. She was in her early 20s. I was in my early 20s. And she said she just could not bear to get another cat, but that she wanted a dachshund for her birthday. And so I set out to find her a dachshund for her birthday. And I went to the breeder. This is long before I knew anything about dachshund rescue. I went to the breeder, intent to get her a dachshund for her birthday. And I got her a dachshund for her birthday, but I also got one for myself. Because you can't just go into a dachshund breeder and just get one. And so
very smart. That's very smart.
My sister and I had sister dachshunds, and they actually died in 2015. They were 16 years old. My dachshund Samantha died about a month before she turned 16, and her dachshund Molly died in July of that same year. So they died very close together. And that started my official love for dachshunds. It's kind of a convoluted way that I got into rescue. And when I got into rescue, by that point in time, it was just a natural transfer that I do dachshund rescue. But the ironic thing is that Rory here, whom I rescued 3 weeks ago, I rescued her whole family. She has a sister. My sister now has her sister. So we've gone full circle. And now we have sister dogs again.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for doing that. I was reading up on dachshunds the other day because I've worked with quite a few of them, and I was giggling at some of the way they had described them back in the day, which is very, I'll just say candid, because they're such loving, very smart, but they own you. If you own a dachshund and you don't know what you're doing, then your dachshund actually owns you. It says it right here.
So that's the reason we get them into rescues, because people don't realize that. They think they're cute and funny and silly, and they're cute and funny and silly, but in the wrong hands, they can really own you and be very bad.
Yes, and Larry I will remind Larry, and I know Robbie has already seen the dachshund that I rescued back in 2011, who weighed 50 pounds, who should have weighed 15. And brought him back down to size, and eventually he passed. But boy, he had a great life with me for the last couple of years of his life. So, but he definitely owned his owner. So thank you for all that you do.
I applaud you, Geraldine, for taking that on as a challenge. And yes, to complete Geraldine's sentence, thank you for all you do, Allison, in the world of pets for all kinds of people around the Greensboro area. A shelter shout out. And I think I know who you're going to go with.
I would give a shout out to my organization, DOXIE by Proxy Rescue. I started this organization. I've done rescue for 20 years now, but I started my own organization a year and a half ago, actually, in January of 2019. A friend of mine down here that does dachshund rescue, and she was doing a lot more central located rescue. Her shelter had a fire, and out of the ashes of that, I decided to start my own local rescue organization and call it DOXIE by Proxy Rescue. And we rescue dachshunds, but we also frequently are known for rescuing things that have short legs and long bodies. And we call them DOXIEs by Proxy because they're with the Dachshund Rescue Organization. So that's how the name came to be.
That's fun.
And I have 3 other women that are on my board, and we all work tirelessly to rescue all the dachshunds in our local area. And we adopt out to our local area as well. We try to keep it as local as possible.
Well, you have a new fan from the UK. Samantha says, odd dachshund, same name as me cutie.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
And she also had made the comment, Samantha, you said you wish they had this in the UK. And I think that came up when we were showing the amazing bathtub in the right in All Pets Considered store.
yeah, there's a cool thing.
Yes, okay, got that right. Good.
well, we are certainly grateful for only all that you do for dachshunds and anything that's long-bodied and short-legged, including, I'm certain, some two-legged, quite a few two-leggers. But also all that you do in the retail space, and every award that's bestowed to you is well deserved. And I hope everyone gets a chance to visit the family that you've created there in North Carolina.
Thank you so much.
Alison, this show is all about gratitude and the gifts we give each other. Is there somebody in your life or in the world who you'd love to extend a gratitude, a blessing, or receive or give some gifts?
Well, definitely to our staff here at All Pets Considered, because while I'm often back here in this office and working hard behind the scenes to make sure operations in the front of the house go well, they are the day-to-day face to our customers. And I recognize they are often taking the brunt every day, working directly with our customers and making sure customers get seen and heard and their needs get fulfilled. And especially in this time of COVID, it hasn't always been easy. You know, you always have days where people are having bad days and really having challenges, but in the face of COVID, you have a lot of people suffering from COVID fatigue, I've heard it called.
Sure.
Or they're just in general frustrated. And sometimes my staff just happen to be the person that's standing in front of them at the moment that their frustrations come out. And so we have worked hard to try to appease and to help and to comfort those feelings. And sometimes we up in here feel like we're therapists a little bit more than just sales associates. And so I'd love to give a shout out to my staff and say they're doing a tremendous job in the face of what are extraordinary circumstances.
Oh, beautifully put. Beautiful.
Wonderful. And thank them all for us, because we know how difficult their job is, but we also know how rewarding it is, especially with all the help they're able to offer.
Yes, absolutely.
Well,
thank you.
Alison Schwartz, All Pets Considered, thank you so much for joining us on Dog Hugs today and for making such a difference in the world. We know that you could have given a shelter shout out to all kinds of rescue organizations, foster organizations that you work with. And it sounds like you create that spirit among your staff as well.
Yeah, we definitely work with a lot of groups around here. We have a wonderful network here in our community.
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you. Right. We really appreciate it. And if you're in the Greensboro area or in North Carolina, make sure you hop on over to All Pets Considered.
Amen. Or if you come out from the UK, Samantha, I know that you're going to stop in and say hello.
She will.
Bravo. Okay. Thank you again, Alison.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. Kiss all the puppies.
I'll do it.
That's fantastic. I think Robbie may join us again. We'll see. It looks like she has got something going on. I'm looking at her in the green room, and she's working a million things at this time.
She's probably got puppies. She probably got puppy crazy like I had, right? Like I'm just on the tail edge of puppy madness is starting to now dissipate.
Puppy fatigue. Who's your shelter shout out today?
So as you know, I'm a dachshund lover, have helped many and will continue. And so I'm going to send my shout out straight to Alison's DOXIE by Proxy Rescue right there in Greensboro. the wonderful things they do to help what is a very tenacious breed. You should, if you're going to adopt a Doxie, you should educate yourself about what it needs, because yes, it's going to lay around the house for a while, but when it works, it needs to work. So it's really important to educate yourself so you can help the rescues. When you adopt one, you keep it forever. You end up there being their forever home. So
Amen.
Thank you, Doxie by Proxy Rescue, for all you do.
And I'm going with Pet Orphans today. Spider, by the way, is doing really well over there. He's still working on his stuffed Kong, if you can see that.
We haven't heard a peep.
That's right. Yeah, it looks like I know that Robbie wanted to give a shout out to Alley Cat Rescue, and be sure to see her show from the Cat Box tomorrow.
Definitely.
Gratitude, blessings.
So would you like to start, or would you like for me to start?
You start.
So it's always challenging for me to choose because there are so many, but I would love to thank all the retailers out there. Oh. I know how hard you work, and I understand all that you have gone through with shifting your business model, making decisions, having some closing stores, some opening new stores, just a lot of pressure. So I know I want to have I do want to definitely shout out for all of your hard work to keep it up and hang in there and just keep swimming.
In that same flavor, I'm going to give a shout out to the folks at my neighborhood's pet store, Sentinella Pet. Every time I go in there or order online, they're always so happy to see me, and they love having Spider in there. So
who doesn't love having Spider around?
You know, and when he's
so great.
We don't care about you, Larry. Where's Spider?
I know more people's dogs' names than I know their name.
It's true.
So
That's
it's getting better, but yes.
I live around the corner from an elementary school, and when I'm walking around the school and they're out on the playground, well, I'll do some dog tricks as I'm walking by, and they all want to know his name, Spider, Spider. So by the end of the school year, everybody knows Spider's name, but nobody except for my one neighbor kid knows my name.
Touche. It's just the way it goes, right? That's just the way it's always going to be for us. But hey, I do as much as I can try to remember everybody's names because of their dog. So.
All right. Well, we thank you all for joining us today. Be sure to see Robbie's show from the Cat Box tomorrow, and we'll be back with you on Thursday for another episode of Dog Hugs.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.